Yo, I'm happy. A little tipsy, very happy. New plugins on deck. I'm about to show y'all. About to show y'all what it is. About to show y'all, you know what I mean? What I just I put myself on, through research and all the YouTubers and all the people out there. But yeah, let's get into it. P for that. Man, YouTube saying I got excellent motherfucking quality, and I appreciate that, man. I just thought, shoot, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. It's gonna be easy to just, but I'm a nitpicker, man. My audio wasn't sounding right. The streaming quality. I have to figure out the settings for my camera. There's a lot of things you can't even really find on YouTube as far as how to stream. I got the motherfucking 4K, whatever this converter thing is from, you know what I mean? Like, I thought this drum was just gonna be smooth sailing, but it's not. You really gotta like set the right settings on your camera. And I couldn't even tell you what I did, because it's like the right settings on your camera and the right OBS settings to just have this joint smooth. Cause I kept getting like goofy ass buffering and and I'm like, all these YouTubers on here look smooth as hell, sound good. I'm too smart. I'm too smart to not be a part of that. So I got all these mics too, and the mixer and all of that, and I'm like, why does my sound? I done tried my Neumann mic. I'm like, yo, is it the mic? Cause what is this? This is a Shure. No. Eddie. Oh, no. Sorry. I thought it was a Shure. It's not. SP9. But, it's a decent mic, like a performing mic. I'm like, I even tried my $1,000 Neumann mic, and I'm like, still doesn't sound that great. How are these people sounding so goddamn good on YouTube? So, all right, so Pete, I didn't go to school for audio engineering, and I grew up in the black ghettos of New Jersey, where reading was like, if you were a black boy reading growing up, you were like completely ostracized. Or just, you were weird. But yeah, I didn't read a lot growing up. It's something new for me, and I do read more now. I know I'm super smart, but reading and comprehension and studying and all of that, that's important. And like, yeah, no, I didn't go to school to be an audio engineer. I'm not book heavy, like I'm a person that learns by experience and by trial and error. And I ain't gonna front, I have good friends, and shout out to James the Prophet, my best Caucasian friend I've ever had. Like, real shit, that's my bro. You know what I mean? That's my best Caucasian friend I've ever had. I haven't had a lot of Caucasians that I say are like my friend like that. Or co-workers, associates, we get money together. We do things together, but this is my bro, and he like be putting me on the shit. He be putting me on the shit. And sometimes I don't even be listening. Sometimes I don't know, like either I can't afford it or I'm just not ready. I'm just like doing too much. I'm just not ready to take my man's advice. But he been telling me, get these UAD plugins. Been telling me this. And if you're watching this, trust me, I've been hearing you. I just store it back here somewhere. I store it back here until bam. Like, now, my mic sounds way better. You hear how quiet it gets? My crazy ass puppy is over here messing with her doll. And you see, as soon as I talk, that shit is going right at the sweet spot. Well, what dBs is that? Right at the sweet spot. And even when I get closer, it's just like, yo, I love this stuff. I'm like a nerd for this stuff, and I love it. It just makes things so much doper. Like, yo, I know I'll be telling a lot. Like, I'm tipsy too. Y'all gonna hear it. But like, yo, my dad had mad racks growing up. He used to just he had a studio with all the racks and all the hardware, and this nigga would never show me nothing, yo. He wouldn't teach me shit. He barely let me touch any of it. And now I got my own money and got my own plugins, and now I can play with it and learn shit myself, the stuff that I've known all my life that I wanted to learn. So, bam, preamp. This is what helps my mic have power. And whether it's my, and I'm gonna play something for y'all too. I recorded, and I'm loving how it sound, man, because I've had this mic for a long time, and I feel like I was using the UA610 preamp prior to that, but I done got me the Avalon. And really and truly, shout out to Black Mike. I really just picked up a lot of, Black Mike's a producer from Jersey. He's definitely established and just dope. I've been hearing about him since I lived in Jersey and before I even moved to New York. And I actually watched a Black Mike video that I piggybacked off of everything pretty much he was saying. I don't know if he talked about the Avalon, but Avalon is just something that's just well known in the industry. All the real rappers use it, I hear. And it's just something that, like, I guess is a necessity. And I guess even as a hardware piece, I'm sure it's crazy. But like basically, so first of all, shout out to UAD, excellent company. I basically took I took advantage of the 4 for $3.99 plugin deal, and yeah, so Avalon was the first one I got. Now, at first, I did not have this on, this high gain. When it's on, that's what it sounds like. When it's off, that's what it sounds like. And then I tried recording a song like that, and I'm just like, I couldn't tell if it was too loud or whatever. But basically, yeah, I just found somebody's video, people texting me and shit. I found somebody's video that was just like, turn the high gain on in the Avalon. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do that. That's why, like, right now, I don't even gotta talk too loud. I don't gotta talk that loud and you hear me. That high gain on, and I just turned everything on pretty much. And I didn't mess with none of the knobs, didn't turn up anything. And that's my preamp that I decided to use. This right here, oh man, this is the most important plugin that I have bought in years. So here's the deal. My last few projects I've been recording with my bro Ian, you know what I mean? He decided to pick up the engineering route for Passport Rev, and I'm totally appreciative, you know? He heard my music, he met me, just so happened to move in the building I was living in. The universe was like, y'all need to work together. So he started engineering my work, and I totally appreciate him. I'm totally appreciative. I had somebody that take over the recording. What's people to take over the recording? Wow, that's crazy. Jameson is like texting me as I was talking about him. I thought he was texting me because he was watching. But so what was I saying? Yeah, I appreciate my bro. You know what I mean? Because he's recorded about 4 projects. He's recorded everything I've done, released in the pandemic, and invested in the ISO Vox, which is important. You know, like he invested in the booth, invested in plugins. You know, he got his own bread, and that's another reason I appreciate him. Like it's all off the strength. You know, he got his own bread. He didn't even ask for nothing. You know, it's just like, but we're both learning at the same time. But anyways, appreciate him, but I definitely felt like I needed to get back to recording myself. And this was fucking with me. I didn't like the background noise, because when I went from recording in a studio or recording in the ISO Vox, where there's less background noise, it's more treated, to record it in the crib, in my crib. So at first, with the Neumann mic, I did not have a shock mount. And I don't even know if I don't know where the shock mount, I feel like I was looking it up when I first got the mic, and they didn't even have a shock mount for it. So I feel like I had like this little fake little chaotica voice joint on it, but it didn't have a shock mount. So even though it was quiet, we some struggling artists out here. We can't afford the block sessions. You feel me? Hundreds of dollars of block sessions all the time, and we still experimenting and figuring ourselves out. We all can't afford. We gotta do it ourselves. Do some shit ourselves. I'm a do it myself kind of person anyway. That's some Capricorn shit. But so yeah, learn myself, do it myself. So I'm trying to record without the shock mount. So after me and Ian work together, I'm tipsy. Get over it. And I said, man, I need to record myself. I basically noticed that like I needed the shock mount. So after I got the shock mount, uh, I couldn't fit the whatever chaotica ball on it. It was like the Alk something Altron ball. It's like a chaotica ball knockoff, a little bit cheaper, and it couldn't fit on it with the shock mount. Nobody talks about this. I couldn't find this anywhere. So I'm like, damn. So I had to go back to the regular ISO Vox joint, a half little circle joint, but it's still not as good as the chaotica ball. So I'm like, damn, like it's just not the same, even though it does have the shock mount, which is important because these mics are super sensitive. The littlest knock of a cable, somebody step in, movement, anything is going to pick it up. And if you care about your stuff, peace to you, bus girl. I know I saw you. I'm rambling. But yeah, you notice any knock or anything, it's going to pick it up without the shock mount. You need the shock mount. So now I got the shock mount and this, all this shit again. Bam, 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 bam. We back here with it. Actually, Black Mike, watching his YouTube video, told me about this API. I'm just like a black nerd with this shit right here, man. So, what's so important about this is this shit. The gate. You see when I turned that off, it's like a constant noise, and I used to always hear that constant noise and just like constant sound, but when I put that gate back on, it literally turns the mic off until I start talking again. That is so fire. So this API channel strip was $2.99 when I saw it by itself, but I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna take advantage of the 4 UAD plugins for $4.99. And I sold a couple beats, so I had like an extra 100 and something to contribute to it. Shout out to anybody that supports me. You're just helping me with my shit. And contributed to it, and it was like, you know what, I just might as well get a few plugins. So I got this. I basically just followed what Black Mike told me to do as far as setting up. I actually did turn this compressor limiter on, but I don't know. This high pass to 100. Turned up the gain a little bit, and something to do with this def and the gate at 25. But definitely watch videos on this API channel strip. When I tell you, if you don't have a studio, if you don't have a treated room, you in an apartment building in New York like me, this right here is such a game changer. Like, yeah. I'll be deep into just the creative aspect of the music. That's why I'm like, this year, I'm getting to this bread. We're going to get to these better plugins. I love this API channel strip. Definitely the most important thing I bought. So, UAD plugins is important because even though I've had Waves for a minute, and Waves is beautiful, mixing, all of that's great, but like, and these are stuff engineers I'm sure already know, it's like, you can have the dope mic, but you need the power to turn it on and to utilize the technology that's in the mic. If you don't have the power to turn it on and access what's in that mic, it's a dub. It's just like, it's a waste, So the UAD brings out the power out of this Neumann mic that I've had for years. I've had this Neumann mic for at least a couple years. And like I said, not having these plugins, you can't tell. But this isn't even a Neumann mic. This is, like I said, these plugins right here is making this mic sound beautiful. And these vloggers I be seeing, I'm like, how is their sound so crisp and loud and present? And like, they don't even talk loud and it's just present. And like, you don't hear all the air. I'm like, they're not in treated rooms. I'm like, how are they doing this? Beautiful. I love technology. And then I just added a little compressor. I turned it up a little bit. I'm still not sure. So the 4 plugins I got was the Avalon, the API channel strip. I got a Lexicon reverb and the Ateris Auto Tune Advanced. I kind of regret getting the Lexicon. Honestly, I just got it because it's just reminiscent of my dad and him having like a real lexicon in the studio when I was like 5 years old, and I just remember seeing those words and just always wanting to play and touch stuff. But Yeah, so anyways, a reverb as a pre, it's kind of stupid. I don't know how I plan on using this. Maybe as a guitar or something, maybe, but reverb should be something you mess with afterwards. So, I don't know, I'm gonna still figure it out. I don't do all that fancy shit, playing things back into the UAD and then playing it, like all that extra. I'm just like, it's too much for me. I'm just talking pre's. I regret getting the Lexicon reverb because again, it's just like you don't really necessarily need to put reverb on your pre. But auto tune real time joint, yeah, I plan on figuring that out because I really haven't figured it out yet. As far as like how to sing into it, play whatever, come up with melodies, sing into some auto tune and like have something, even as a producer, yeah, it's necessary. It's dope. But anyways, yeah, I am happy. I love buying plugins. I love being able to afford plugins, man. This is dope. But yeah, this made a difference. Actually, let me just go ahead. Like I said, I was gonna play a little something. Play out something I recorded with these new plugins. It should sound good. Some joint. Well, shout out to Wavy the God and Old Dog pulled up right after I got the plugin. Let's hear how this sound.
It would. Hey. Old Dog. Rather be sleep than have no stress using. You don't see the war and don't know basic chess moves. They strategize in the pieces and play. Categorize me to a pin number that the taxes will pay. It's big business, my body, not my spirit eternal. And you gotta watch your own thoughts and vision to blur you. On the two bad mind, switch sides for the right time. And I only wanna be around similar like-minded. Some people hate on the little growth that I've made, not knowing that the road wasn't easily paved. I'd rather die in the truth than to live in a lie and see my pain.
A stethoscope breathe through my pride. Yeah, that shit sound good. I love that joint right there, yo. And just the quality, the I think like the difference. I love music, and yeah, I'm not just a rapper, yo. I really love music and just learning as an engineer, as a producer, and like noticing the difference. And when I go to when I go to the studio with the fellas, like it definitely sounds better because it just does. It's just like that treated actual space, that treated booth with zero background noise. It's just always gonna sound better. But I tell you, these plugins, these UAD plugins that my white boy Jameson been telling me to get for the longest, it's needed for us. I can't even say struggle rappers. Ain't no struggle rapper over here, but it's just needed for us that's doing it on our own, our DIY artists that just want to wake up and create. Just want to get out the bed sometimes. Not every day, but sometimes want to get out the bed and create and have shit sound good. Just sound good. As soon as I get on the mic, sound good. Press some keys, it sound good. Get them plugins. Invest in yourself. And yeah, P for that passport. Thanks for checking in, yo. I'm about to go chill out. Might be create something, who knows, man. The world, the sky's the limit, the world is the limit. Ain't no motherfucking limits. P, we out.